Welcome back to Rome's Rebellion. We got a hell of a show on our hands today. Um, for some reason, DSA, well, not for some reason, DSA is on fire. I can, give props where props is due. But the establishment is up in arms, and by establishment I mean Democrats and Republicans. And I've been watching everything unfold. Even Mike Johnson got on the stage and said some, broke down what DSA message is, and I don't understand where the anger is coming from, because from what I can see, it seems like DSA is trying to, usher in another FDR type of movement, where he didn't, ultimately, reform capitalism. He didn't change capitalism in any way. What's going on? Oh no, Nick is off for the day. Yeah, but that's what I'm looking at it. So I don't understand where all the anger is coming from, especially from the Democratic Party. Because if it was up to me, if I was the majority leader of the Democratic Party, minority leader of the Democratic Party, whatever you want to call them, I would embrace the DSA, because if you see the numbers, the DNC have been falling from 2016, 2000, let's say 2008 to 2026. The DNC has not been doing good. They have been losing tons of voters, man, and for good reasons, right? And this is like me and Nick, big problem with Madani, AOC, Ilhan Omar, all of these people. They usher back in Bernie Sanders. They usher people back into the Democratic Party. So I don't. Is it that you? It's just mind blowing to me, because with all of these third parties that you people are kicking off of ballots, you are suing to get people. Thank you. I will. AJ Max said, "What up?"
I'm gonna say, what's the deal?
Oh yeah. What? But all of these elections they have been losing, and I say the DSA have been doing a good job of, ushering young people back into the Democratic Party. It may not be as many people as as they imagine, but they are doing a great job. So I don't understand why the establishment is so mad, and like they don't even have to change their hardcore politics. They don't even have to change their hardcore politics. Like, of course, some people are going to be like, well, they said something about Israel. But it doesn't matter if you are on the left or the right. Nobody messes with Israel. So even if somebody was running Republican right now and he said Israel is our closest ally, Israel is our friend, we have to send our tax dollars over to Israel, they're going to lose. And it's the same thing for the fucking Democrats. So that's not a big deal that, we should cut off ties to Israel. That is just something that we need to do, period, to try to sustain the empire, because we see how Israel is doing. It's like Israel is a proxy of America, but they have gone rogue sometime, we say, right? So if they have gone rogue in the eyes of the people, the eyes of the American taxpayer, then we're going to want to cut ties with them. If not, they're going to make us suffer even greater losses. We just lost in Iran, and now we're back at it again. They're back blowing up Lebanon, trying to, push a greater Israel, which no one wants. So the Israel thing isn't even a big deal. But as far as capitalism, imperialism, raping South Africa, West Asia, they don't care about that. They don't care about that shit. So I'm just trying to understand where these people's mind is at. Let me see if I can look up this real quick. Let me share my screen with you guys.
The insurgent left is taking over. Now, listen, I don't know if you've seen this, and if anybody shared it from the podium, and if they have, forgive me for repeating it. But the DSA, the Democrat Socialists of America, it sounds so innocuous, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Don't say that. This is their platform. Listen, this is actually quotes from their platform that they published, I think, about a day or two ago. You can find this on the internet. Okay, here's just a sample of what they're about. They put this on paper. They're saying the quiet things out loud. Abolish the Electoral College, replace the two-party system with a multi-party democracy. Expand the House of Representatives, implement proportional representation and ranked choice voting in all elections. Establish public ownership of the largest corporations.
And then, like, you can't even say these are left-wing politics because Republicans and independents support, ranked choice voting. They believe that we need more of a choice. So yes, there's going to be people that consider themselves conservative, right-wing, that agree with these fucking issues. So let's continue.
And essential industries to ensure ownership of the establish public ownership of the largest corporations and essential industries to ensure democratic control and accountability to the people. Abolish ICE and grant amnesty for all. End sanctions on Cuba, Venezuela, and Iran. Free Palestine. Quote, for a free Palestine with Jerusalem as its capital. End all military and economic aid to Israel. Prosecute U.S. and Israeli leaders responsible for the genocide in Gaza.
What's wrong with that? And that's still not even a left-wing thing. Like, prosecuting, like, come on now. You guys just gave people that was protesting ICE 100 years for protesting outside of a fucking ICE facility. You gave them people collectively 100 years. So what's wrong with us holding people accountable now? Why is it so taboo to hold people accountable that actually did things? Right?
Abolish the carceral state. Quote, redirect police and prison funding to public services as steps towards abolishing the carceral forces of the capitalist state. Y'all, it goes on and on and on. Defund the Department of War, replace the president and the Supreme Court with an executive and judiciary chosen and subordinate to Congress.
Democratic socialism. And let me take it back a little bit.
Replace the president and the services of the capitalist state. Police and prison funding to public services as steps towards abolishing the carceral forces of the capitalist.
Yes, get the money out of prisons. Fund the fucking people more than you fund the police. Who's gonna disagree with these things when they see fucking Madani running around doing the fuck he want to in New York? Who's gonna disagree with these things? And these are not even threats. These are literal life-saving things that they are breaking down to these people. Like, look, you have to do this, or the people are going to revolt. The people are going to riot. The people are going to start taking from you. You know, those bunkers y'all just built, you might just have to run into them because people are poor. People are poor. So like I said before, it's more like a FDR type of plan. They're not trying to overthrow America. They're not trying to overthrow your leaders. They're not saying cut the heads off of these people. They're not saying rush the halls of Congress and throw these people in the damn river. They're not saying nothing like that. They're not saying turn America into a communist state. They said nothing about communism at all because DSA is an anti-communist organization. They are not here to like change the world. They're here to save America. Because the bottom line is, let me see if I can find this fucking video of this woman talking about that. She's like, look, we agree with some of the capitalism, but y'all got to let up. You know, like if y'all going to go over here and basically do all this bullshit, You know, the people got to start benefiting from it. At least all of it can't go to the top. Damn it. I know I saved that fucking video. TikTok be on some bullshit. Come on, man. I'm on the damn show. Oh, shoot. You know, all right. All right, Kevin, good looking. Fuck. But yeah, people think DSA is a threat. This is not a threat. They are trying to say, because what else is people going to do? When we see people becoming billionaires every day while we going homeless, we had the first trillionaire before we ended homelessness. Yeah, like people, you think people are not going to start waking up to this shit and be like, all right, bro, this is just fucking ridiculous. This is just fucking ridiculous. If you listen to the DSA, like I haven't been in the DSA in probably like 15 years because of the fact they want to save America, because of the fact they're not radical enough for me. If they're not radical enough for me, I think you guys should listen. Like, this is the real middle ground. This is the real middle ground that you guys should be coming to. Not fucking making a big tent with fascists. And it's always funny because they always talk about, oh, we have a big tent and everybody is welcome. Until motherfuckers start winning. When DSA started winning your elections, now it's get your own parties. But back then, when we was running in our own parties, when people wanted to run as an independent, when they wanted to run as Green Party, when they wanted to run as PSL, you sued to get us kicked off the ballots. Till this fucking day, y'all have one at Butch Ware for all of his faults. I don't like the guy, but you shouldn't kick him off the fucking ballot. Look how they did all the elections in California. All the people who's running independent and third party in California, Democrats have their foot on their necks. And now when they like, okay, well, I can't run independent. I can't run third party. Let me run Democrat. Okay, I win my election. And now you mad at me for winning? For making your party after y'all just committed a genocide. Like, they are doing you guys a favor. You just committed a fucking genocide, and you still have people who are willing to usher in young people back into your fucking party. You still have people who's willing to brainwash these people to go back into your party because Republicans bad. And they still fall for the propaganda, but you mad. For what? All it's doing is helping you. You need the numbers. You need the money. Y'all are unpopular. Y'all are so unpopular. Y'all are more unpopular than Donald Trump right now. Y'all don't even have any money. That's why you got to prostitute to these goddamn donors every fucking day, because the workers are not with you. What working class person you know giving their money to a DNC establishment Democrat? No, nobody. I mean, some fools, but not many. That's why they broke now. It just don't make no sense. Is it jealousy that they didn't have to prostitute themselves out to these corporations and all these rich people to get their spot? Is that what it is? Because it's not logical, whatever their arguments is. Like, damn, y'all just committed a genocide, bro. Y'all better be lucky. Y'all better be lucky for the assigned Packers and all these sheep herders. Y'all better be lucky to have them, because without them, the Democratic Party has no future. Y'all were just aiming sniper rifles at fucking college students that was protesting a genocide. You are lucky to have those type of people. I wish I had those type of people in the fucking care party where I can just go and shoot a nigga in the head and they fucking make excuses for it and still bring people in and give me money for it. This shit is crazy. Better get it while it's good, boy. Y'all don't have to change nothing. You think DSA is really trying to... Come on, man. What was that one nigga who just replaced... Damn it, what's her name? He a black guy. He just replaced some black woman. Damn it. But she had lost her seat and he replaced her. And he was a preacher, or he was giving some sermon. He was calling Israel an apartheid state. And he was saying this about Israel and how they committing a genocide. And then next thing you know, when he get his fucking seat, now he a good boy. He a good boy to Israel. Oh, well, we're allies to Israel. And, you know, that's just the way it goes, you know, and blah, blah, blah. Man. I'm sorry, I got a brain fart, but let's go through some of these videos real quick. No, that wasn't her. That wasn't her. That wasn't yep. I think James. Thank you. I've been saying it is FDR all over again. They trying to save this. Like, if they really wanted to, if DSA was really about this, they would not be like, oh, well, we're going to replace the president with this, and we're going to, you know, redirect funds and what. Like, redirecting funds isn't abolishment. We gotta recognize what these words are and take them for what they mean. When they say redirect these the funds from the police to, you know, more healthcare workers and social care workers and whatever it may be, that means they still going to have a police force. And a police force that's built in America by America will always be a slave patrol. It will always be slave patrol. No matter how you look at it, no matter what color their suits are, no matter if they got a gun or if they got a taser, it's still slave catching. Because guess what? It's going to take a long... If we don't just get rid of this system altogether, this capitalist system, then we're still going to have people in the prison industrial complex who we're going to be using for cheap enslaved labor. Like, we got to think about the outcome of all these things, right? So we still got people that's on islands doing cheap slave labor for us. We took over islands for the fruit, for our factories, Coca-Cola factories, and all kind of shit. You think DSA is going to challenge Coca-Cola? You think they're going to challenge Nestle? No, because that's who really runs this shit. You think they're going to challenge the Rockefellers to the motherfucking... No, they're not. They're not going to challenge the banks. They're not going to challenge these things. They don't want to end capitalism. They just want a little bit more. They just want a little bit more. And this is all I have been saying for the longest. If you gave people just a little bit more, and if we benefit a little bit more, you will be having young people being patriotic. But yet, you say we should go without. We should learn to go without. We should learn how to work harder. We should learn how to do this. We should learn how to do all the things that you didn't have to do in your young age. At your young age, we working 3-4 jobs. 2 of them is back-breaking work. Y'all been in a fucking cubicle your whole life or selling furniture. Like, come on now. You want us to go without and just be happy with it. And it's not going to happen like that. So they're stepping in trying to say, like, look, this is the diagnosis. This is why we're sick. This is why we're ill. If we don't fix this, then we can't keep moving on, because guess what? Not only is the empire falling from from every other country. We see we just got our ass whooped and kicked out of Iran. We about to get kicked out of Lebanon pretty soon. Hopefully Hezbollah takes over Lebanon, but we'll see about that, because their fucking army is some fucking cowards. But yeah, Anyways, if people just benefited just a little bit, they will be patriotic, but you make us go without, and now we hate America. You have children growing up today screaming death to America who never even met or watched a movie or a person from Iran talk about death to America. They said that shit. They came up with that conclusion on their own, because I did. When I had to go without lights, when I had to go without gas, when we had to ask for help and got denied for food stamps, got denied for fucking shelter, got denied all these things, and you keep telling me, like, all we got to do is work harder. My mama working 3 jobs. I drop out of school to work 2 jobs. My sister working 2 jobs. My stepdaddy working 2 jobs. And we all still poor. And you telling me I need to work some more. What I really need to do is I need to load my gun. Because that's the only thing that's going to really make some change. And they're trying to stop niggas like me from talking to people like them to kill from killing people like you. That is what DSA is trying to do. So if you are part of the establishment and you come across this live, if you come across this, take this as a warning. Take DSA as a warning, because they have always, for the CPUSA and DSA have always been the wall between the working class getting what they actually need. They have been watering down our messages. They have been watering down the way we walk, the way we talk. They have been watering down all of our shit. They watered down all of our leaders, and they put us in these positions where we just get fucked. And they always been the wall in between getting what the fuck we want. So if that wall gets knocked down, if you wage this war against DSA and you so happen to win, do you know the niggas who are standing behind that wall and is waiting for it to drop? We're waiting for the wall to drop. Because I'm telling you, if you dissolve DSA or do whatever the fuck it may be, and they lose this war, this so-called war against establishment Democrats, you're going to radicalize the shit out of these fucking kids. And they're going to be looking at me like, okay, what should we do now? I've been telling y'all the whole fucking time. Now I don't seem so crazy, right? Because you play by the rules. You play by their rules. They didn't want you to run third-party independent. They didn't want you to do it your way. You did it their way, and they still fucked you. Because you can't win. There is no winning. Because it ain't no game. This is life or fucking death. There is no sides. There's the working class, and there's the fucking puppets. For the fucking elites. You're going to let these people talk you to death. I'm telling you. Knock down the fucking wall to DSA. Knock down that wall to CPUSA. Knock it down. I've been waiting for it to come down any fucking way. Because I'm telling you, if you fucking do it, you're going to radicalize children, and they will never. You are lucky. After that shit that you pulled in Palestine, you are lucky to have the people that you have right now in the Democratic Party. I'm telling you right now, this will be the death of your fucking party. This will be the death of your party. Let me shout out Patrick. Thank you for that $10. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate that. No, I don't think nobody is the fucking answer. Nobody is the answer. Nobody is a liberator. One man cannot be a liberator. One man cannot take on the pressure of the whole working class. No, Madani is not the answer. Madani is a warning of is a warning. Madani is a warning, basically. He's like, look, this is what people want. So look, we're gonna give them just a little bit off the top, not a lot, just a little bit off the top, right? Let these niggas eat a little bit. Because if you don't, you got niggas like Rome. You got niggas like RBN, and you know what I'm saying? You got Black Panther Party still out here marching armed. You still got people out here telling you that you got to take your liberation. And if you don't give these people something off the top, if you don't distract them with good, you can't just keep giving them NBA, NFL, WWE. We hungry, and we can't even afford to watch these programs. I can't even afford to buy the subscription. I can't even afford the app or cable to even watch the fucking circus and peanuts. I can't even watch the circus, and I can't even afford to eat the peanuts. So if you don't fucking give these people something, they're going to kill you. And don't take that lightly, because niggas are going to start killing people that's elite. We have already seen this. Look what happened when Luigi allegedly did what he did. And then all the rich people started getting scared. And then you have United Healthcare giving out so much healthcare. They gave out more healthcare in that year than they ever did, to the point that BlackRock had to come in and sue them. Because they know what's going to come. They know what's going to come. When motherfucking Luigi allegedly did what he did, niggas in the jail. I was in jail. Niggas in the jail was clapping. We was cheering. Throwing up chips and jumping up and down. I'm on the phone with my girlfriend. She like, shit, don't nobody give a fuck. You got a couple of liberals talking about violence ain't the answer, but nobody give a fuck for real. And what's going to happen when a dude like Elon Musk get clipped? Jeff Bezos get clipped. Hell, some of your favorite politicians get clipped. Nobody really going to give a fuck. And they know it. So skim something off the top. You went over to Afghanistan, to Iran, to Iraq. You stole all this gold. You stole all these resources from Africa. You stole all of this shit, and you don't give the people nothing. That just can't stand. It's not even a smart thing to do, because guess what? If your fucking people don't eat, then there's no loyalty in your kingdom. If you have a kingdom, if you have an empire, and your peasants is poor to the point that they are starving, they can see each other ribs, guess what's going to happen? They're going to revolt. The king crown is going to get cut off his head. We're not going to replace you. There is no redistribution, reforming and putting the wealth here from there. No. We're just going to take it. We're just going to take it and put it as we see fit, right? So DSA is a warning to all of you establishment Democrats, and even to the Republican Party, because the people on the fucking right is looking at you too. They looking at you too. How all of these Democratic socialists are winning their fucking primaries and actually doing something in their cities. It might not be a lot, but they're keeping their fucking promises. And you told them that this is impossible. They can't do this. Amanda, thank you so much for that $5. I definitely appreciate that. I am broke as fuck. I ain't got no cigarettes or nothing. I definitely need some money. Thank you for that $20 sticker. I definitely appreciate y'all. It feels good to be back. That's why they're pushing for AI data centers to control with the population, to control the population after a collapse. And this is not only that, like they are looking for a way to make passive income without labor. This is what the data centers are about. They're trying to make the AI and all that shit. They're trying to make surplus value without paying you. They're trying to cut you out. You are the middleman. If we can make the cars, if the robots can make the cars, and this is that, and whatever it may be, we don't have to pay all these niggas to do it. That's what they're looking for. That's what they're looking for. Like they already have control over us. Good looking, brother. Because think about this. They don't need the AI data centers to have surveillance over you. They don't even need the flock camera systems to watch over you. We already live under the Patriot Act. We live under the NDAA. We live under all these fucking rules and regulations, right? So they don't actually need it. This is a way it's just coming out to show you, like, look, it's here, right? Take it to where when the National Guard first hit DC, when the National Guard first hit DC, they had boots on the ground. They were showing you what's to become. But before then, I don't know if a lot of you guys live in urban areas, but the military would come out to Detroit. They would go out to Toledo. They would go out to Flint, and they would practice urban warfare. They would practice urban warfare, and somehow the same fucking cities that they practice urban warfare on, we have the National Guard boots on the ground. Detroit, DC, Chicago, Toledo. They are just showing you what's to come, nigga. They know that the people about to start revolting. They know that y'all about to start rioting because they are too greedy. They are too greedy, and they have a mental illness. You have to get into the mind of a rich person, as a wealthy person that will do whatever it takes to gain their wealth. That is a mental illness. I don't give a fuck how smart you are, because you can be a genius and still be a psychopath, right? You can be a genius just to know how to get away with your motherfucking crimes. And that's what they are. They are sick to see people starving to death, to see people hurting, to see people just dying from shit that you caused. And you're like, well, they got a mental illness. And what do we do with people with mental illness? We either get them help or we lock them the fuck away. Or we can do them how they did them back in the 60s and 50s and just kill them. Right? Because that's how they was doing the autistic people. That's how they was doing the deaf. That's how they was doing the blind. That's how they was doing all the sick people. They like, oh, well, it wasn't that many autistic people in our time. Yeah, because they was all locked up in an insane asylum. They was all getting molested. They was all getting fucked up by Mother Teresa. Yeah. You think we don't know about these things? Like y'all got some skeletons in your closet. Y'all think ain't poking out, them arms ain't poking from under the fucking door, but they are, and we see them. But they have a mental illness, and we need to deal with these people accordingly. We can't treat them like they are regular people, because they are not. We can't treat these people like they are thinking clearly. They are not. Because if you think clearly, then you would not want to be a fucking billionaire. You would not want to have all of this wealth while children are starving. There's no way you can be mentally well and own 40 houses while children are homeless in your hometown. This is nothing new. They have bombed hundreds of black neighborhoods. Black neighborhoods have been, the military have helped build bridges and freeways, ponds and rivers over black neighborhoods, over poor white neighborhoods. You crackers get it too, because ain't nothing worse than a poor cracker. There's nothing worse in America than a poor cracker. They look down on y'all worse than they look down on me. At least I got an excuse to be fucking poor. Y'all got a whole fucking system made in y'all image, and y'all got left out of the picture. So you know what? They look down on y'all way fucking more than look down on me. So yes, white people get it too. White people get it too. But see, the thing is, what happens when white people is they don't speak up for each other. When a white man just got killed the same way George Floyd got killed, there wasn't any riots. There wasn't no protest. There wasn't nothing, right? But another black person get killed by the police. Black people out there all day, and then these people, well, we get killed by the police just as much. Okay, well, nigga, go protest, and that's gonna be the fall of the white community. Nobody's gonna want to speak up, because look, first of all, nobody's gonna come for the white community. If y'all don't start speaking up for yourselves now, it's over. If y'all don't start doing something to these motherfuckers now, it is over. I'm telling you, the white, especially young white people, if you are listening, take lead. Stop waiting on these people. Take lead. Take lead. Do what you see fit. This world is yours, bro. We can shape this world with just a finger. With just one finger. You can change this whole shit around, right? But you got to know who your targets actually are. Stop aiming at the fucking bullshitters. Stop aiming at the fucking cops. Stop aiming at the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Stop like the one white crew. And no, kudos to them. They had damn near shot up the fucking that ICE facility. But those are fish in a barrel. We can aim and shoot at that all day. There's way bigger fish to fry out here. And I always say, if white man want to change, kill your granddad. Straight the fuck up. Kill the ones who's making it harder for you. Like, stop fucking falling for the bullshit. The puppets are nothing without the strings. The puppet is nothing without the puppet master. And they can't move without a command. They can't move without money. That's like me saying Donald Trump is the worst thing that ever happened to America. Donald Trump is the worst president in American history. Nigga, that's surface level bullshit. You take out Donald Trump, they're gonna have Donald Trump, another Donald Trump ready. J.D. Vance, Stephen Miller, shit, Donald Trump Jr., Hillary Clinton. Kamala Harris. Man, thank you for that $5, Comrade Cranky. The 500-year-old empire, white empire, is dying, and a new world struggling to be born. Yes, that is true. That is true. But I'm telling y'all, like, look, y'all better get on it, because it's gonna be hard to speak up. Like when the shit comes down, and like white communities getting harmed by their own government, the same way that we have watched black communities be bombed, the same way we have watched black communities be paved over with road, cement, tar, the same way that we have watched our people starve to death, the same way that the government is going to start hurting your people. It's going to be hard for it's not going to be hard. People just not going to speak up for you, because people feel like you never spoke up for them. You don't even speak up. You don't even speak up for your own people, right? So take lead. Take lead. I'm telling you, because tomorrow not promised. Tomorrow isn't promised, and you never know. You never know what you can do. You got way more power than they want you to believe. They want you to do it their way, because they know it's not going to work. They know that their way will strip you of your power. Their way will strip you of your labor. Their way will strip you of everything that you have learned, everything that you have taught. It will strip you. It will leave you naked. It will leave you weak. And all you got to show for it is an organization full of a whole bunch of fucking nobodies who do a whole bunch of nothing. They already poisoned your water. They poisoned your kids. Shit, nigga, they poisoned your grandkids. You ain't even got none yet. That's how far the shit is. That's how far the shit go back. They poisoned your grandkids and you ain't even got none yet. And you ain't sick and tired of being sick and tired. I ain't about to be, man. Come on, man. Is that a gray hair? Oh my God. That can't be a gray hair. I'm just leave it alone. Like these people, I don't know. Like they so out of touch. No. They know what y'all niggas want. Y'all say it every motherfucking day. Y'all tell them every fucking day. They don't care. You got to make them care. And like I said before, even fighting for communism will bring you better things. Like FDR was basically explaining to these niggas like, y'all gonna have these people kill you if you don't give them something. Look at the USSR. They're guaranteeing their people, vacations, and the woman and the mother and the father got maternity leave. They got unions and all this. Look at all the things that they got that you said that was impossible. And if people are looking over to the USSR and they are looking back at us, knowing that we are richer and got more resources than the USSR, what is stopping us from doing these things? You have no excuse, right? So that's why they had to get rid of the USSR for sure. Ash, thank you so much for that $20. I appreciate y'all. If y'all can, please donate to Tour for the Poor. I am about to be doing something, backpack giveaway pretty soon. But for right now, I'm just broke as fuck. So it's the end of the month, niggas. Sue me. But you can donate to Tour for the Poor, Cash App, Tour for the Poor, Venmo, Tour for the Poor, and PayPal, Unholy Realm 6 to help me out for the day, because I am poorer than the motherfucker. But yeah, let me find this video. Let me share my screen with you guys because I was gonna talk about some other shit, but this is gonna be my DSA power hour, I guess, because this is just ridiculous how these people are behaving. Like these people came in and said, we're gonna rip the head off of Joe Biden, and we're gonna no. We're gonna stick our hands up Joe Biden asshole, and we're gonna rip the cancer out his fucking ass, and we're gonna stick that hand that we ripped out the cancer out, and put it in his fucking mouth. We're gonna decapitate the head of Joe Biden and put it in the ass of Elon Musk. Because that's what I would say. What did Hancock say? I'm gonna put your head in his ass.
I don't think that the congressional Democrat should seat her as a member of the Democratic Party. She actually describes herself as a democratic socialist. I don't have anything in common with someone that says that they're against interracial dating or doesn't want to have any incarceration for convicted felons. That's just not who I think the Democratic Party is, and they ought to let her be a democratic socialist. But I don't think they should.
And this is the dangers of liberalism. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for a minute because these people will act like they come in good faith. They will act like they want the best for Black communities, but at the same time, they would say, "Oh, I don't believe in abolishing prisons," even though we know that Black people are over police, and we know that y'all are 50% of the exonerations. We know that we use forced slave, cheap labor, saying not only for these prisons who are nothing but modern day plantations, but we also use your labor for not only fighting fires and policing, not only call centers, but we use it for corporations such as Wendy's and cornfield plantations. Yeah. I mean, I want the best for Black people, of course, but defunding the police, really, is that going to help the Black community? I mean, who's going to stop the Blacks from killing each other if we don't have the police? Who's going to stop the Blacks from killing each other? This is what a liberal would tell you. When we know police don't solve crime, they come after the crime is done. So why is we wasting so much resources on over policing people and sending them to prison for 9 times out of 10 minor offenses? Because let's keep it real. If a nigga raped somebody, he only gonna do a couple months. He only gonna do a year. My baby mama murdered somebody, cold blood, ran for a year. You know how much time she getting? 5 years. 5 years. They tried to give me 25 years for domestic terrorism. The motherfucker same judge who hated my guts gave a rapist who raped a 2-year-old 2 years. Not 2 years in prison, 2 years probation. So y'all don't lock up the niggas who actually need to be locked up any fucking way. So what's the point of it? Oh, shit. Yes. Because there's nobody else that's better to save America than a motherfucking minority with a good smile, a minority who knows how to talk. Look how these motherfuckers talk about Barack Obama. Oh, I miss a president I miss a motherfucker who know how to talk. I miss a president who know how to articulate herself. I miss a president who know how to blow up children and weddings. I miss a president who know how to, torture some folk. No, but in all seriousness, nobody sells America better than a fucking minority. Nobody sells America than, just look at the cultures around the world, right? Look at K-pop, right? Look at K-pop and all of these fucking cultures that people around the world just like Crips and Bloods, gang banging. We make it look cool to be American. All the minorities make it look cool to be American. Nobody sells America better than a nigga with a smile and who know how to talk and got a little bit of swag. Nobody's here to save you. Yeah, man, dog, do you understand? I am a gang member. All of my friends are gang members. You know who the biggest beef that we had beef with? I didn't have beef with Bloods like that as a GD. I didn't even have beef with the VLs like that as 7-4. It was the fucking police who would rob your ass. It was the police, the jump out boys. Have y'all ever experienced the fucking jump out boys? Have y'all ever been on the motherfucking streets and had to keep your motherfucking sack under the bushes or on the fucking on the goddamn on a mailbox or in a motherfucking garage, and you sitting on the block and the jump out boys hop out on your ass? They take your motherfucking money. They take your gun, or they just take you, drop you off in the blood control area, knowing you got these fucking flags on you, knowing that you were a fucking Crip or GD. It was the police gangs. They are a gang. They are not there to stop crime. They are there to police it. They are there to control it, to control crime. Because if they wanted to stop the crime, what is stopping them? They have all the resources that we don't. Because they look at people like me like, okay, I'm a part of the community, so I should be able to stop this. But people need their ends met. I got to be able to meet the people who's going to rob you in the middle. The people who's willing to kill you for nothing. I got to be able to meet them. I got to be able to, feed their mothers, help feed their kids, help pay their bills, because that is the reason why they're out there on the streets. But you have trillions of dollars yearly, and you expect for me to do a bigger job than what you can, and you have all the resources in the fucking world, and all I got is a Twitter page and a YouTube page, and I gotta beg people to feed these motherfuckers, or let's try to help these motherfuckers over here. We might raise a couple of $1,000. We might raise 5,000 to 10,000, might. But what's 10,000 to $1 trillion?
DSA, the Democrat Socialist.
I think we are about expanding democracy in every part of our lives, and we want to democratically handle how militarized our society has become. Why does the United States spend $1 trillion on a military budget while we can't repair roads and bridges, while we can't provide for childcare for everybody? We should be funding babies and not bombs. Why does our government spend billions of dollars per year on the state of Israel while it's doing genocide, while it was already enacting
Israel's
apartheid?
not committing a genocide.
Like I was raised.
Enough. I ain't about to even, fuck that bitch. But who's gonna disagree with that? You literally have right wingers tired of war. You have right wingers who are tired of war. And yes, I know that sounds crazy, but people are tired of the tax dollars funding Israel. When we look at it, when leftists was doing the job of informing people on the right that Israel has, universal health care, they have, free college, they have all of these things that these same politicians in America tell you that is impossible to get, and they get it with your tax dollars. And when we told people on the right that, they got pissed the fuck off. So that is a winning message. That is a winning message. Who in the right mind in 2016 wants to fund Israel? Put their hands up. It's a minority. It's a minority. They keep doing polls at the polls at the polls, and they try to word this shit weirdly to the point that, you have to say, well, yeah, I agree that we should, be strong militarily, but we shouldn't support Israel. But they have put that shit in together to the point that they make it sound like these people are supporting Israel, but it's not. It's not the same. Israel is the most unpopular as it ever been, and anybody in their right mind would get rid of that fucking leech that's on their fucking back right now. My best friend got 15 years for a bank robbery. He got away with 2,300. Not even rent for a month these days. He didn't even hurt anyone. Right. He got 15 years. But guess what? What was this? 2020. This is during the CARES Act, I believe, 2020, 2021. What the rich had, somehow gained over $1.5 trillion. And, the working class somehow just lost $1.5 trillion. Nobody going to jail for 15 years over that shit. Nobody going to jail over 15 years behind that shit, right? But let us be like, oh shit, I'm down on my knuckles. I got to get it any way I can. They're like, no, bitch, you don't get to show us the failures of capitalism, because that's all bank robbers are. Petty bank robbers, petty theft, retail theft, homelessness is a failure. It shows the failures of capitalism, and they don't want that. They like, no. We're going to lock you up. We're going to send you away. We're going to ship you out. And you're going to stop making us look bad. Because what do you mean somebody robbed the bank for $5,000? What do you mean they didn't want to hurt anybody? What do you mean they didn't want to go in the safe? They just wanted to go in a drawer. They just wanted to eat for a day. What do you mean? No. Lock that motherfucker the fuck up. What the hell? We got some propaganda to spread. I'm not used to this new layout. Fucking StreamYard, man.
The media and establishment politicians are doing the same thing for the Democratic Socialists of America as they did for Trump when he first announced his campaign. It was infuriating when it was Trump, but right now it's delightful to watch. Politicians and pundits who I'm not even sure if they were aware what the Democratic Socialists of America even were are now getting up and reading the entirety of the DSA's platform for the world. And it's having the exact same response as when Trump first started running, because the one thing that Trump did right was he went up to people and said, you are suffering and I'm here to help. He wasn't there to help, but the fact is he was saying you are having a hard time, when the establishment was turning around and saying, you are fine, shut up, stop complaining. That made people feel more seen and cared for by Trump and his campaign than any of their politicians had for years. And
let me touch on this subject, because if you guys don't remember, I know a lot of you guys are younger than me, but in 2016, when Trump was running, he came to America. I mean, he came, boing, nigga. He came to Michigan. He came to Michigan. He talked about the NAFTA deal. He talked about bringing jobs back. He talked about how the Democratic and the Republican establishment had abandoned us. This is why Trump wins Michigan. This is why he has a strong fan base in Michigan, even though he didn't fulfill any of his promises. He brought back a couple of plants, but people are suffering in the Midwest. But this is why he has the cult following that he has. Because he came to the fucking Midwest, he listened to the people, and that's all that some people need. And that's when it was like, oh, well, Trump isn't like a regular politician. He's not a politician. Because remember, that's what his thing was. Well, he's not like a regular politician. He's going to run America like a business, and he's going to bring back the jobs, right? Remember this. They are doing the same thing. They're going to make DSA way more popular than they are trying to make themselves.
That is the exact same thing that socialism does. It comes to people and says, hey, we see you are suffering and we are going to help you. But socialism has the added advantage.
Oh, and let me touch on this. there was a good percentage of Bernie bros who voted for Donald Trump because Donald Trump promised what? You remember? Universal health care. I don't know if you guys remember, but Trump came to Ohio and Michigan and promised us universal health care. So that would got a lot of Bernie bros to vote for Donald Trump once Bernie Sanders had dropped out.
Of identifying the actual things that are hurting people and coming up with actual plans to address them. The only reason why socialists were not just winning across the board is because there used to be too few socialists to break into the national conversation. But now there are plenty of socialists, enough that they can start winning elections all across the country. And those elections mean that the media and establishment politicians have to talk about the socialists. And so now establishment politicians are left with the impossible task of trying to explain to someone who is hurting and looking for answers that the person who is telling them that they are hurting and are willing to help them with clearly laid out answers is actually bad and wrong. And you should support me, who says that your life is actually totally fine. And also, I'm not going to help you. Folks, the cat is out of the bag. The word is spreading. And the only question now is how quickly the word will spread and how much of an impact that'll make on the next few elections. But sooner or later, everyone's going to know. And sooner or later, everyone's going to be socialist. But the really funny thing is, just like when Trump was running and all of the establishment Republicans were talking about how evil he was, like J.D. Vance literally called him a Nazi. One by one, though, they saw the tides turning. And one by one, they got fully on board. We are about to watch Democrats do the exact same thing.
And if they don't, this will be the end. This will be the end of the Democratic Party. If they don't allow the DSA to take over, to revamp their party, to give them a new face after they just committed a fucking genocide, this will be the death of the Democratic Party. Because who you wanted to see the face of the Democratic Party? Madani or Kamala? Who would you rather see the face of the Democratic Party? Somebody who's fresh, new, progressive, or Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, right? So if they don't let the DSA do their job, which is sheep herding people back into the Democratic Party, which is lying to people to get them to usher them back into the Democratic Party, then this will be the death of the Democratic Party. And this is a warning to everybody, because it's not just people, it's not just progressives who are voting for these people. Some of these people who are voting for these DSA types are fucking socially conservative, or they call themselves conservative because they see the writing on the wall. They see that the party doesn't represent them anymore. And a lot of people switch parties back and forth all the fucking time. This is nothing new. They switch parties because there's, the parties are so identical, you can do that and not feel any shame about it. But yeah. What about Insight Row and DSA? I don't know. I don't fuck with DSA. I was in DSA during my Bernie days, but I don't really fuck with DSA because I'm not here to save the empire. Like I'm not wasting my time, energy, and money on that. I'm never gonna tell my audience to do something like that, to waste time on something like that, on a project like that. I feel like that is just going to be leading you guys to not a dead end, but leading you guys into a treadmill to the point that you're going to be just walking this walk for the rest of your fucking life. Because I have been seeing people that's been in these same DSA chapters for 20 something years, and they have got nothing done. And I mean nothing. So you better off on the streets. Like, you better off on the streets. You are better off teaching people who actually want to listen. You are better off, connecting with people who are close to you. You are better off taking over your own territories, your own neighborhoods, rather than putting it in the hands or letting somebody else's name take over or do it in somebody else's name. Because what you are doing is when you give DSA all of this credit, you take it out of the hands of the working class. But if you come at them as a socialist, as a communist, you tell them this is the power, and you know this is being done because of you. You are in control. But if you come and say, well, you know, DSA with so and so, then it's just a party. Then, you know, it's not really a movement. It's not really something that's going to get your people up and out there. It's just something that's going to get people voting again, and then sitting down and waiting for people who look like them, talk like them, and act like them to vote them in. And maybe, just maybe, we're going to get, you know what I'm saying, something off the top. Maybe, just maybe, they're going to throw some crumbs on the ground. Maybe, just maybe, right? But like I said earlier, you have way more power than any organization that's telling you. That goes for the Care Party also. That goes for me. You know what I'm saying? You have way more power than what I am telling you, than what I can actually show you, you know? So don't give your power, don't give your name, don't give your fame, don't give it to none of these organizations. If you want to do it yourself, build it up with your fucking people, especially in your areas. If you are living in a poor, low income area, it is so easy to take over these areas. I'm telling you. I am telling you, bro, like, you got to get into guerrilla gardening. You got to get into guerrilla gardening. That is a big thing. All of these empty fields around your neighborhoods, or you know, you can take over, abandoned houses, whatever it may be. Make the block look pretty. Start planting flowers. People are going to follow you. Once you start fucking doing shit, people are going to be like, okay, well, how can I get in with that? Because little shit that I do. You know, when I build the benches, people at the bus stop are like, oh, I want my son to come and work for you. I want my son to come and do this type of stuff. They see what I'm saying on the bench. They see that I'm a communist. They see that I'm saying you got to overthrow the empire. I am not shy of my messaging, right? I'm not shy of saying you need to arm yourself. You need to shoot back. That is on all my benches, right? But still, I am doing something that is helping these people, even if it's only for an hour. Because think about it like this: the bench, if you're catching a bus, if you are using one of my benches, let's say you are on 7 Mile in Gratiot and you're using one of my benches, right? You're going to use that bench 4 to 5 times a week. Let's say, 4 to 5 times a week going to work, right? Even that 4 or 5 times helping you. You get to sit down for an hour before you go stand up for 8 hours for a capitalist. So a communist is helping you relax. Socialism helps you relax. Socialism, when you think of socialism, you think of help. You know, when you see red and black, you know help is coming. Every time I go to the homeless shelters and I wave the Union flag, people they come from the grocery stores, they come from the liquor stores, they come from the gas stations, because they see that flag and they know somebody is getting helped. If you are a gangbanger, it's easy to be a communist. All you're doing is banging. That's basically it. I don't give a fuck nobody say. It's just banging, but my fucking enemies is like way more powerful. Like, instead of them niggas running a block, they like own it. Yeah. Way bigger fish to fry. No problem. If y'all can, please help me out with a little bit of bread. Donate to Cash App Tour for the Poor, PayPal Unholy Rome 6, Venmo Tour for the Poor. Help me out a lot. Or y'all can just donate here on. If y'all don't have those things, y'all can donate here on YouTube. That will help out my RBN check a lot. So yeah, I need to start benchmarking.
I say this with no ill will or animosity. If you hate the Democratic Party, then please don't run for our nomination. Don't use our resources. Don't rely on our volunteers. Don't use our infrastructure. Don't ask Democrats to invest their time, money, and energy in your campaign. Focus on building the party you actually support. The Democratic Party is in its least popular position in like 50 years.
Yep.
Your own voters don't like you. So do you not want them to participate in Democratic politics because they don't quote unquote love the party?
No,
What
exactly.
are we talking
If
about?
you hate the Democratic Party, don't run for a nomination. Sorry, buddy, that's not your choice.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
quite literally not your choice. One, you couldn't manage things when you were the head of the Democratic
Yeah.
National Committee. And two, people are now running who don't like the Democratic Party, getting the Democratic Party nomination. I think that makes them Democrats.
Yeah.
And if they're getting the Democratic Party's nomination
Yeah,
and
exactly.
they go on to then represent the will of Democratic voters, is that not what the Democratic Party is? The Democratic Party, at least the people who run it, like Jamie Harrison, or who have run it previously, want the Democratic Party to be everything but Democratic. They want it to be pro-corporate. They want it to be Zionist. They want it to be everything that people have come to hate, especially over the last 10 years when we've had Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And that's just not where it's going to go in the future.
As pathetic as this tweet is, I do want people to notice the sleight of hand, right? Like he's saying, go and start your own party, essentially.
Yep.
But if you went and did that and then necessarily pulled from Democratic vote totals, guys like Jamie Harrison would get mad at you.
Yes.
So it's like he doesn't want you in the party. He doesn't want you doing your own party. He wants you to be politically ineffective.
They just
That's
don't want.
No. This should show you that the Democratic Party has been anti-democracy for a while now. When is the last time they had open primaries for starters? The Democratic Party has been anti-democracy for a while, and it's not even the fact that they are anti-democracy. They are just showing you what it really is. You don't have a democracy under capitalism. That is like oxymoron. How can you live under a capitalist dictatorship and still have democracy? How can you have democracy when you don't vote to where your taxes go? You don't know where your taxes go until they tell you. You think it's going to go to the library. You hope it's going to go to the parks. You hope it's going to go to building infrastructure, but more likely it's going to go to bombing brown kids. So how in the world is this a democracy? You can't have a democracy when you have a capitalist society. It just don't make no sense. And people get mad at me. They look at me weird when I say I don't believe in democracy. Because show me one. Your democracies ruin countries, overthrow countries for no fucking reason. Bomb kids, rig elections. How can you call your society a democracy, but you are a dictatorship amongst the world? You can't have it both ways. That's not how it works. My library has to sell books to buy books. Ain't that about a big? Shit is ridiculous. I don't believe in democracy. There's been, I mean, if there is one, show me. Show me. Because you can't tell me we have a democracy when we have the majority of the prison population of the world, and half of these people are in there for crimes that they are not, they have not been sentenced. They are just sitting there, sitting in purgatory their whole fucking lives. That's not a democracy. You can't tell me we got a democracy when we have children going starving and mothers just begging for help, and you like, nah, we're going to cut Social Security. We're going to cut Medicaid. We're going to cut your food stamps. Matter of fact, we're going to cut them, and then we're going to kick you off them bitches. What kind of democracy kicks off poor people of welfare programs? What kind of democracy don't even want to set up safety nets for their own proletariat? You got a democracy and you don't have free lunch. You don't have free schooling. Hell, y'all don't even have free parking. Y'all Y'all don't even have free parking, nigga. The air isn't even free. If you got bronchitis or asthma, the air ain't even free. Bitch, talk about democracy, you gotta pay to breathe. Thank you. Where can we vote out Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, PepsiCo, UHC? Where can we vote these people out? Where can we vote out the Rockefellers? Where can we vote these people out? Where can we vote out the bankers? The Wall Street motherfuckers. How can we get them motherfuckers off of our shit? Right? It'd be a democracy if the people said, you know what, nah, we ain't doing this. We're doing something else. What's next door? Stop fooling yourself. If y'all live in a democracy, we wouldn't be starving. Shit, the motherfuckers be begging to give us food. We live in a democracy. Because they know how the proletariat get down. But they feel like y'all are so whitewashed. They feel like y'all are so weak that y'all won't do nothing about it. They're like, shit. Man, I done starved these motherfuckers. We done poison Detroit. We done poison Flint. We poison Mississippi. We poison fucking Baton Rouge. We poison fucking Louisiana. Shit, we drowned the motherfuckers in Katrina. They still ain't do nothing about it. I'm still in power. I'm still counting my stacks. I'm still counting my dough. We done did everything. We thought, hey, I thought that'd be a one. I ain't gonna lie. After we did that shit, I thought they was gonna come for us, but hey, I guess not. Shit. Anyway. Right. Can't even vote out the Danish. Every time there's a fucking community, we see this fucking video, these videos blow up. Oh, well, this whole fucking town. Everybody on their left and the right, they came together and they said no to the data centers. They didn't even have a percentage of the vote. Why is Michigan still getting a data center? Why is these poor communities still getting data centers after they voted no? Is that what a democracy does? Tell their people, no, you don't know what's best for you? Come on, nah. Damn, Cash App took all my money. Damn. That's fucked up. Let me see if I can borrow something back. No. It's all good. Fuck it. At least we paying them motherfuckers back. Anyways, damn. Damn it. What the fuck? I'm trying to find my damn page. Okay, profile. Ooh, I gotta sneeze. Whew. Whew. Man, oh man. Okay, favorites. Where the fuck was that? And here's another warning. How much I need on Cash App? I owe Cash App $100. So yeah, they can kiss my ass. Damn it! Oh. I'm sorry, y'all. StreamYard keep changing their layouts, and it's kind of hard for me to navigate this. But here's another warning from DSA Democrats type from You know what I'm saying? From their vanguard to the Democratic and Republican Party.
You are calling for a minimum wage of $25 an hour. It has not been raised nationally since above $7.25 an hour since 2009. The most recent analysis from the Congressional Budget Office said that even a $17 per hour raise would result in massive job cuts. Would your bill actually do more harm than good?
No, it wouldn't. And there's plenty of economic analysis to show that if you gradually raise the minimum wage to $25 an hour, you're going to create more jobs than you're going to lose.
Hold on. First, let's address that framing, right? Because this man just said gradually build up to $25, right? You see how he try to spook people? Oh, we're just going to raise it to $25 an hour. Oh, whoa. You know, because rightfully so, voters are going to be like, how? How are we going to raise it to $25 an hour out of nowhere from $70.25 to $25 an hour without passing certain bills and shit, this is that. But the framing of it is just to spook you, and I hate that they do this shit. I hate that they do this shit to try to spook people out of what's better for them.
And my bill doesn't do it automatically, but this is actually a unifying issue. And so when I talk about how you bring Republicans who voted for Trump over to the Democratic side, an aggressive increase in the minimum wage is part of the answer. If you ask Democrats in an open survey what they think the minimum wage should be, they say $27. If you ask Republicans, independents, they say $26. You know why? $25 is just the minimum wage you need to pay your bills in this country. And in the most affluent, most powerful country in the world, if you work full time, you should be able to pay your bills. And by the way, we can afford it. It's not like we can't pay a $25 minimum wage. We just choose not to because we've become okay with dozens and dozens of people in this country making hundreds of billions of dollars.
And yeah, that was some crazy framing, man. And yeah, $25 is a good start, but that won't do nothing. That won't do nothing. You know how cheap $25 an hour is? Everybody who do work for me, whether that be for the library or, you know, cutting people's hair, helping out with the homeless, everybody get paid $25 an hour. That's how cheap $25 an hour is. A poor person can pay people $25 an hour. So it is nothing for these multimillionaires, for these fucking billionaires to pay people $25 an hour. It is nothing, you know, and that's yeah, that I mean, what else do you want us to do? You don't want us to sell drugs on the side. You don't want us to sell our body on the internet. You know what I'm saying? You don't want us to have, you know, these non-taxable hustles. So what you want us to do? You want me to get a fourth job? Right? I can't braid hair, sell weed, and babysit at the same house. You know? Yeah, he in CT. So he know, like, this is what he's explaining. Another warning. The Republicans said they want $25 an hour. Independents said they want $25 an hour. Democrats said they want $27 an hour. If you don't compromise and give these niggas at least $20 an hour, okay. Y'all remember during the pandemic when everybody just so happened to be able to pay $15 an hour? Like, nobody got that shit passed. I know Bernie Sanders was, you know, pounding on it and trying to push on $15 an hour. Then we got AOC, you know, pushing on $15 an hour, but there wasn't a bill to get that thing passed. That was the people. That was the people that got that shit passed. Dead ass. When we stop working those fast food restaurants, when we stop going to those fucking bars and stop, you know, going to the Foreman Mills, the Walmarts and shit like that, they say, okay, look, fuck it. I'm driving. I'm coming from the fucking gym. Next thing you know, it's a Wendy's next to the gym, which is crazy placement, crazy placement for people trying to recover. But I look at the weenies, they said now hiring $15 an hour, starting $15 an hour, not hiring, now hiring manager positions, $15, no, $15 an hour. That wasn't no bills. It wasn't no bills that got passed that any politicians supported on $15 an hour. The people said, no, we're not working anymore. And they said, look, we'll give you a little bit more money. And now we got $15 an hour. And that's what I mean, that y'all motherfuckers got way more power than what y'all think y'all have. All y'all really got to do is stop. Like, y'all ain't even got to do what I want. Y'all don't even have to put your heads on the pike. If y'all want to save capitalism, just stop. If you don't want a fucking revolution, stop working. If you don't want a revolution, have a general strike. You know, try to make these funds go elsewhere. If you don't want America overthrown, if you don't want the end of the empire, well, you better help. You better help stop it. I'm telling you. Oh, shit. Even I've been telling y'all, like, even when we used to do the general strike summits, that was the whole thing. That's what we was telling y'all. We was like, look, we need to have a general strike, but it need to be in we need to have working class people running this. So like union reps, you know, the teacher unions, the fucking nurse unions, we need those people to take lead, and we need them to actually, you know, go and fight for what's ours. Like, but if we just say, okay, general strike, and y'all give us, you know, $30 an hour, and we all be good guys, we all be good boys and good girls, and we go back to work. Like, no. We need a general strike, and then after that general strike, we need to co-opt these fucking factories. We need to co-opt the Wendy's. We need to co-opt the McDonald's. We need to co-opt all of these fucking all of these places. We need to make it a workers first place, because if we don't, then we're going to end up right back in the same place that we are at, because what's going to happen after the general strike and they give us $30 an hour, they're just going to raise the prices on this and that, and make it harder for us to get housing. They're going to try to punish us for punishing them. So if we don't fucking put ourselves in a better position, instead of negotiating with these motherfuckers, we negotiate amongst ourselves, because I'm telling you, these factories cannot be ran without us. These fast food places cannot be ran without us. And no matter how much they try to automate, no matter how many robots they build, you still need human labor to fucking fix them. So what happened when the IT tech joined the side of the proletarian? Right? What happens when the mechanics don't come and fix their fucking machines? The store shut the fuck down. The factory shut the fuck down. And guess who you're gonna need? Right? Guess who you're gonna call on? But we can end that shit all. We can dead that shit right now. We can have a general strike and co-opt the workforce. I'm not talking about unionize. We're gonna use the unions to co-opt the workforce. Does that make sense? That's what they should have did when they was fighting for the fucking weekend, but whatever. Well, yeah, we all know that. Cop City and all that shit. That they definitely want some fresh bodies. They definitely want some fresh bodies. Because a lot of these OGs, they too old. And they getting let out. So they need some fresh bodies. They need some, 15, 16, 18-year-olds, some 20-year-olds who just, ain't got nothing to live for, willing to throw their life away. And, unfortunately, it's too many people like that.
So why do I see the DSA as a political opposition? Listen, here's exactly how the ruling class weaponizes the DSA's reformist strategy to accelerate rightward political expansion. Number one is the safety valve of exhaustion. Lenin himself warned that economism and electoralism confine workers to trade union consciousness, fighting for wages and bills, not state power. Fascist elites, they recognize that funneling class anger into lengthy petition drives, legislative lobbying, and primary elections dissipates militant energy. After 2 to 4 years of pushing a bill that dies in committee, organizers burn out. Meanwhile, the far right uses that time to capture courts and police, okay? Knowing that the DSA will respond with press releases, not general strikes. Number 2 is legitimizing the settler colonial state by grounding their strategy in the US Constitution and Democratic Party machinery. The DSA implicitly validates the state's legitimacy. This is lethal for anti-capitalism. When fascist elites crack down on immigrant caravans or indigenous land defenders like Line 3 pipelines, they cite rule of law. The DSA's electoral participation grants that law moral weight because the DSA largely ignores indigenous sovereignty. They concede the narrative of national security to the right, who weaponize it relentlessly. Number 3 is the boogeyman dialectic. Fascist media will amplify the DSA's most moderate proposals like Medicaid for all as radical communism. This absolutely terrifies the petty bourgeoisie, driving them rightward. Simultaneously, the Democratic Party, to avoid the socialist label, pivots to the center right. Okay, they start backing genocide and border walls. This creates a double movement. The DSA pulls the Democrats microscopically to the left, but the Democrats and their fearful reaction pulls the entire political spectrum drastically to the right. The fascist elites then step in as the law and order saviors, citing the DSA's existence as proof that the system needs authoritarian rescue. Number 4 is splitting the working class. Oh yes, the DSA's deep ties into mainstream public sector unions with teachers and nurses often reproduces the labor aristocracy, all right? Privileged workers bargaining for crumbs within US imperialism. By focusing on domestic reforms, they ignore international solidarity altogether. Fascists, they exploit this divide by pitting the unionized worker against the undocumented migrant or another class of laborers, using nationalism to fracture class solidarity. The DSA's reform offers no structural weapon against this divide and conquer tactic. Number 5 is infiltration and bureaucratic paralysis, okay? The state and corporate media elevates the DSA's most chaotic internal battles. Fascist elites need not infiltrate, okay? They simply amplify the dysfunction. The DSA wastes revolutionary potential on internal purity tests while the far right streamlines its authoritarian command structures. This paints all left politics as feckless infighting, okay? Demoralizing youth and pushing them towards apathy, or worse, right-wing populism that offers decisive action. So here's my support to you. To avoid being a puppet for right-wing acceleration, a true Marxist organization would do a few things. 1, they would abandon the Democratic Party entirely. They would recognize it as a capitalist graveyard. 2, they would center indigenous sovereignty and land back, because decolonizing the movement to break the state's foundational legitimacy is extremely important. Number 3 is prioritizing extra parliamentary action, general strikes, workplace occupations, mutual aid, community defense, things that parallel the state's power, rather than begging the state to reform itself. Number 4 is building a vanguard of disciplined organizers, immune to media co-option, focused on dismantling, not repairing, the carceral and colonial state. So why do I see the DSA as a political opposition? Because in essence, the DSA is the opiate of the anti-capitalist. By giving the masses the illusion of resistance within the system, fascist elites can safely dismantle democracy outside of it. The DSA's reforms save capitalism from its worst excesses just long enough for fascism to arrive as the only solution to crisis the DSA couldn't fix.
That man is a genius. If y'all haven't, please go follow him on TikTok. His name is All Power to the People. It's all lowercase. Damn, there's no sticker in the way. Hopefully I copied it. No. Copy. Stream. Go follow him for me. And yeah, he's a smart dude, but yeah, we all see what's coming. Anybody that's principled, definitely see what's coming. We definitely see what's coming. And DSA is not here to, help anybody. They are not here to help anybody. They are here to fucking save the empire. Don't you fucking forget that. Don't you forget their job. As long as DSA has been around, if they wanted to actually, make actual change, they would have. They would have made change. But they're not here to make change. They're here to save the empire, right? And fascism is definitely about to kick their ass because they are not ready. They are not ready for fascism. They're still trying to hold hands and, yeah. Still begging the empire to change. It's not going to change. It's never going to change because it's built off the backs of us. It's built off the backs of our grandparents and our great-grandparents. And why would they change if it works? You ever heard of the saying, if it ain't broke, don't break it? Come on, huh? Let me give a shout out to all my supporters that donated so far. Patrick, thank you so much for that $10 on here. Gruely, thank you so much for that $20 super sticker. And Comrade Cranky, thank you so much for that $5. I appreciate y'all. Ash, thank you for the $20 on Cash App. And Amanda, thank you so much for that $5 on Cash App. I appreciate y'all so much. Help me get some shit today because I'm kind of fucked up. It's the end of the month, so everybody a little fucked up. Let me see. Yeah, I just don't get, people saying, well, DSA, they're gonna do this and that, blah blah. Like, no, they're not. And look, AOC should be a great example of this, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? But AOC should be a great example of this, right? Because while DSA back candidates are winning election after election after election, she's sitting here talking about, oh well, I'm gonna vote for Hakeem Jeffries to be the fucking Speaker of the House, and yeah. So this is the best. Remember, AOC is the best that DSA can offer us right now, and this is what they all would do. All of them will end up falling in line some way or the other because they are not here to make change. They're here to save the fucking empire. And I know a lot of people are pissed off about this, and I have seen people, doing whole think pieces on this. But AOC have told you before when she had got that concessions that she had took a deal to never primary incumbents. So, if you should be mad at anybody, it should be yourself for still fucking believing in her. For believing that she's going to actually do something with her power. Fool me one time, shame on me. Shame, you know what I'm saying? Shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times. Can't get shamed again. What the fuck? But still. Like, come on now. This is what DSA is going to do. All of them are going to fall in line. It doesn't matter how good they sound. It doesn't matter how good they talk. It doesn't matter if they talk or came from the same background as you. These people are running to be in a position of power because they are hungry for power. They're not there to actually change things because, like, what would make more sense if DSA said, oh, well, we have to infiltrate the system, right? Like how they infiltrate the Democratic Party. It would make sense if they was doing it to the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, and the Libertarian Party, but they're not. They're not. Because how can you infiltrate one party without the other? Because if you infiltrate Democrats, then the established Democrats is going to run over to Republican and give Republican more leverage over you. So now we're going to be stuck in this loop of, okay, we just need to elect more Democrats and more Democrats and more Democrats, just like how we are doing with the established Democrats right now today. But if y'all was serious about, infiltrating the system and changing the system from within, you would run in all the parties, right? Fuck what they call you. Fuck what you look like, because there's voters on the right who wants health care, want universal health care. There's voters on the right that want housing. There's voters on the right that want a higher minimum wage, that want clean water, that don't want data centers. So why not take over all parties? And that's how I know DSA isn't serious about infiltrating the system. They are there to give the Democratic Party a new face after Joe Biden and Kamala Harris then ruin their public image. That's my problem with them. They're not serious. Y'all got 100 years? Well, no, that's CPUSA, but still DSA old as hell too. Y'all telling me y'all couldn't infiltrate these parties by now? Even if you had to run like them and talk like them and act like them and then start passing bills that's to the left? That's infiltration. Like 40 or 50 years old. That's enough time. Nah, I ain't gonna share that one. Let me see. Damn it. Where the freak is AOC at? Well, yeah, that's what happens when you make deals with the devil, though. Like, hey, I would love to do this, but I sold my soul to the devil and he's not gonna let me do this. Well, get the fuck out of our way then. When people on the left start calling you out for being useless, don't get mad at us, because that's what you are. If you can't even fucking push back on a minority speaker of the House, how good are you? DSA. Okay, I found the video. Hold on 1 second. Angeline? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I hate my accent. Angeline, thank you so much for that $5 on Venmo. I definitely appreciate you. Much love to all my supporters, y'all. I love y'all. Let me get to this story right here.
I read just a part of what you said. I take your point. Do you still feel, though, if Democrats went back to the House, that Hakeem Jeffries is the right person to lead?
I've engaged in many conversations with Leader Jeffries. And for me, and we have a broad caucus, right? For me, I have made very clear that one of my priorities in determining and in a leader determination is securing public housing financing for New York City. And Leader Jeffries has made his prioritization for the residents of public housing very clear. And for that reason, I will be supporting Hakeem Jeffries.
And what does she mean? Because When have you guys ever known Hakeem Jeffries to be this fucking advocate of housing, of cheap and free housing? When have he ever spoke up for the black community who's going through, housing crisis right now, who people being gentrified right now? When have he ever spoke up for something like that? Like, she just said a whole bunch of nothing. She like, well, because of this position, that I'm gonna be, that's my guy, that's my man. Because of that, that's it. Not, he backed Israel, right? He's an evil person, right? Matter of fact, let me go on YouTube. Let me try to see. I need maybe something that I didn't see. Let's go free housing. Bitch. Maybe it's something that I'm missing. I don't see nothing about. Hold on, let me share my screen with you guys. Maybe I missed something, right? Maybe I missed a APEC meeting or something. Because all I see about him is talking about the house. And not housing. Okay. House floor. Speaker of the House. What is she talking about? What position of housing does he hold? Fighting for an affordable America? I mean, what is affordable? We already know that's bullshit. Tax reform, housing bill to suppress votes, see rest black representation. If I'm missing something, can y'all tag me on Twitter? Can y'all send it to my email or send it here? Send me a link, because I don't see nothing about. Maybe this is it.
You've built your wealth. Now you're ready for a financial advisor that understands your vision.
Oh, that's a motherfucking lie. Ain't nobody building no wealth. You scam that shit. You get no play on my shit, buddy.
Democrats have made clear to the American people over the last several weeks that this country is far too expensive. The cost of living is way too high. And Donald Trump, as well as House Republicans, have failed to do anything about it. Donald Trump and House Republicans promised to lower the high cost of living on day one. Costs haven't gone down in the United States of America. It's gone up. America is too expensive. Inflation is on the rise.
Okay.
And Donald Trump and Republicans have failed to keep their core promise to make life more affordable.
Hold on, my nigga, because you are in power too. What bills are you going to introduce to, make, this shit better for us? Like,
housing costs are too high. Healthcare costs are too high. Childcare costs are too high. Utility costs are too high. Electricity bills are skyrocketing as we speak because of the failed policies of Donald Trump and the one big.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck AOC talking about. Hold on, matter of fact, thank you for that $5, Zach. Zach back. I know Carlos, Lamar Dixon briefly worked for his campaign. I can connect you with him if you want. He's real deal running for governor. He's an anti-capitalist. Yeah, you can give him my you can definitely connect us. My email. My email is right there. Yeah, so let's go back to what AOC said. Okay. Because maybe I'm missing something. She said it right here.
Is securing public housing financing for New York City. And Leader Jeffries has made his prioritization for the residents of public housing very clear. And
not that clear, AOC. I don't. House Democrat leader Hakeem Jeffrey views the American housing crisis as a top priority, focused on aggressively lowering living costs and increasing affordable housing supply. What does that mean? What does that mean? I mean, it's a top priority, but y'all have yet to do anything about it. How long has this man been in power? How long has this man been in fucking power? I'm pretty sure he's been in power since I was a little kid. Why haven't they done anything about it? And then you're like, oh, well, yeah, I've been in power for a long time, but this is all the fault of Donald Trump. What? Bro, these niggas think we're stupid. These niggas really think we're stupid, bro. Dry up. Oh, my God. My bad. Let me put my email back up there for you. That is my email. Damn it. You saw where I put my charger? Shit. Phone about to die. Shit. What if I get some more money? Okay.
Death to America.
Thank you. Thank you so much, David, for that $5 super sticker. I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all coming out showing some love today. They speak like they want to make, keep, and hope that everyone is stupid. Like, what does that mean to be like, oh yeah, this is a top priority? Because if anybody remember, Barack Obama said the same fucking thing about Roe v. Wade. And then once he got into office, he said, fuck them bitches. I mean, he didn't say that. But he might as well said that shit. He might as well be like, man, fuck them bitches. I would have respected him more if he would have said that. But to say, oh, no, it's not a top priority anymore. What the fuck? These people are ill, bro. They think you're stupid. Everything is so high, and none of it is my fault. None of it is my fault. None of it is my fault. Nigga, whose fault is it? You want me to blame everything on Donald Trump? That's just lazy. That's just lazy. No, that wasn't it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm looking for this fucking video. Krispy Kreme. Y'all know about Krispy Kreme. We call it still Froggy Fresh now, but still. How y'all feel about them World Cups? Is America winning the World Cup? I haven't been paying attention. We won? Get the fuck out of here. Ain't no way America won. Them niggas really got a good soccer team. That's crazy. Well, I guess that's what happens when you steal people from all across the world. That's why France seems so good. They're like, oh, France got the best team. I wanted to go look at France. Man, them niggas black as hell. I'm like, man, whatever. Man, them niggas black as fuck. Blacker than us. African. Still got the African accent, nigga. That's how fucking. I'm like, yeah, y'all wouldn't be shit without black and brown people, bro. That's fucked up. And I look at baseball. Shit, it's all Dominicans and fucking Latinos and shit now. A couple of black people, but I'm like, damn, it's like really rare to see a white person. Like, they treat baseball like they treat football now. Like, you barely gonna see any white people on the field, but he's gonna be like the one who's throwing the ball. He's gonna be like the leader of the group. Iran been cheated 2 games in a row. I can see that. Is that your phone? Like, damn, this thing about lacrosse is where it's at. The world will see in 2028. I don't know. I'm not really into sports. I'm not gonna be into sports until America is overthrown. I'm not. I don't know. I like WWE. But not really, not even these days. Not really. I watch WWE for Obafemi. Egypt won the first game in history. Wow. In history. We play again versus Bosnia on Wednesday. America lost to Turkey 3-0. God damn. That's what's up, though. Fuck America. Comrades consider joining ACP. No. If anybody gonna join any fucking, if I'm gonna advocate for any communist party, it's gonna be my own communist party on my own channel. Like, I will never advocate for anybody to join DSA, ACP, CPUSA. I don't give a fuck about really none of these organizations. They are not mine. What do I think of Cori Bush? I think Cori Bush is weak. Cori Bush is strong compared to other politicians. If you to compare her to other politicians, she looked like she's strong. She looked like she can handle the fight. But when APEC came, she got out organized. She got out classed. They raised more money than her. You know, so when time came, like, she fell flat. And I don't want to look at no politician who can't beat their enemies. I don't like. What can I do with you? You know what I'm saying? You can't even beat APEC. There's a lot of politicians out here beating APEC. But not only this, I had a lot of hope for Cori Bush and Jamal Bowman when they first got elected. And I don't know if you guys remember, they did an interview on CNN when they was talking about re-electing Nancy Pelosi as a speaker. And they was like, well, we're going to see, right? And then as soon as they get in, that was the first vote that they did, was to, re-elect Nancy Pelosi as speaker. And that's where my support went and left. Like, I don't play that shit. You don't get a second chance with me. I'm not going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to fucking be like, oh, well, she's doing better than these politicians. I'm not lowering the bar for you. If anything, I'm going to raise it up. I'm going to raise it up higher. Yeah, Iron Dome simps, all of them. Oh, well, Israel is our ally and blah, 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 blah. I ain't trying to hear that fucking bullshit. How do you learn to paint and do construction? I've been learning for a long ass time. Holy crap. Bob Avakin, you might no, that sounds familiar. As a white boy, ACP seems like a white boy psyop to me. They just rebranded from MAGA communists. That's all that shit was. But we share some comrades. That's it is what it is. But I wouldn't advocate for any other party. Not as a chairman. That'd just be doing my own party a disservice. Nancy the corpse. Israel screwed over Thomas Massey. I'm glad Thomas Massey lost, because he was giving you guys false hope in the system the same way DSA gave you guys false hope. He was giving you guys false hope that there's someone on the right actually listening to you. There's someone on the right actually listening to your concerns and fighting for you. I'm glad that he lost, because you need to stop giving these politicians the benefit of the doubt. You need to stop like, oh, well, at least there's one guy over here. At least we got AOC over here, and we got Thomas Massey over here, and we got Bernie Sanders over here. You have nobody. You have nobody. So I'm glad he lost, because he was giving too many people false hope, and he still do it to this fucking day. Like he can actually change something. If he had real power, Israel wouldn't have ran him out his fucking seat. Same with Cory Bush. If they was really about that shit, and you can say, oh, they rigged the elections or whatever the fuck it may be, will make that the case. You know what I'm saying? Plan ahead of that shit. If you know AIPAC rigged the elections, plan ahead for the shit. But I'm glad Thomas Massey lost. What are your thoughts on grifters like Tyreek? He tells people that we're Moors, and then he tells us that we're Native American, then he tells us that we're the first. I'm pretty sure I did a video on him. I tried to debate him and a couple of his cronies, but they were scared to debate because oh, well, we're Native Americans. We're Native Americans. Okay, so why should you get reparations for descendants of slavery if you've never been a slave? Like, and I know a lot of them gonna be like, well, both of our people was enslaved. No. Because when I look on Facebook and I look on Twitter and I see you talking to African people and I hear you saying, my people weren't enslaved. My people fought back. My people did this. My people did that. Okay, so your people weren't enslaved. So why should you get reparations for descendants of slavery? If you are a Native American, go to your fucking tribe and find out how to get your fucking reparations from them. Like, if you're a part of the Alaskan tribe, there's fucking oil companies that you can get reparations from. You can get stocks in. You get a fucking monthly check. There's casinos. There's fucking oil rigs. There's fucking mining companies that you can get your reparations from them easily. If you say you're Native, go take that fucking blood test and go get your fucking reparations. They already gave it to you guys. They already gave it to your people. My people ain't got it yet, right? But these people, fuck Tyreek. I'll smack that nigga. I'll beat that nigga ass. But yeah, they don't know where they belong because it's unfortunate, but they are anybody can be propagandized, you know what I'm saying? And they just fell for the okie doke, you know what I'm saying? And in a time where we are bombing Africa, bombing the Middle East, you know what I'm saying, about to be at war with Haiti again, we don't need black people and Africans fighting. We don't need diaspora wars amongst each other. This is the time for everybody to come together. Jamaican, Black American, African, everybody. Because you think these people can tell the difference between a Haitian and a Jamaican and a Black American? They can't even tell the difference between a Native American and a Mexican, which is, I know it's the same thing. But legally, they can't even tell the fucking difference between those two. They can't even tell the difference between a fucking Polish, an Irish, and a European, a regular European or a fucking American until they open up their mouth. But you think they're gonna tell the difference between us when they can't even tell their own people apart? You out of your fucking mind. Anybody streaming with the American flag in the background as a clown? Yeah, I don't rock with the American flag. I'm not trying to revamp the American flag. I'm not trying to make it to where, well, people who like the American flag, this will be a soft blow to them. You know what I'm saying? This will be like a way to ease them into this Communist Party. I'm not trying to ease you into the Communist Party. Nothing is easy about the Communist Party. Nothing. I'm not trying to fucking, pander to you. Because I don't have time to waste. Are you ready to die or not? No, I'm playing. Well, are you ready to get down or not? I'm not going to pander to you. I'm not going to soften the blow for you. Your people are colonizers. Your ancestors are more likely slavers. If not, they whipped the motherfucking the whip for the slavers. And you should be doing everything that you can to reverse this fucking bigotry and this racism that this country was built upon. So yeah. Yeah, I ain't really trying to. Massey made his fortune creating tech being used by the MIC right now to commit war crimes. So yeah, I don't give a fuck. He ain't no hotep. He is not no hotep. That nigga is a liar. They blocked me and Yankee Tanky. Yankee Tanky is ACP. That nigga don't like me because I be calling them motherfuckers out. Like, I'm not patriotic. I remember when they was like mega communists and they kept on saying, well, you do all this stuff for the people, so you got to be patriotic. I said, nigga, there's nothing patriotic about me doing this shit. You think I want to do this shit? I'm doing this shit to brainwash people, to kill people. You think I'm patriotic towards America? To say, nigga, my people are still slaves. What the fuck I want to be? We always get into about that shit. I'm the least patriotic nigga that you know. Trust me. My paper towel got the American flag on it. That's the only way you'll see me waving that shit. I'll never know how black descendants of slaves say they're Native American. I am like, bro, your family was kidnapped. Man, we're gonna talk about Gaza. We're gonna talk about Gaza. Brazil, and damn it, it was another country that's had a massive earthquake, but I want to get all of my ducks in a row first before I talk about this, because there's the genocide in Gaza, in Palestine is still going on. They are still moving on the West Bank. Rafah was on the red line. So yes, all hands on deck on Palestine. But I want to make sure I get all my stories right before I just start mouthing off. Yeah, that's why I don't give a fuck. People's like, oh, well, Israel. Well, motherfucker, nigga, so what, bro? Like, what are you gonna do about it? Israel rigged your elections and then laughed about it on Twitter, and all y'all gonna do was cry about it. Oh well, nigga. You must not want Tom. I mean, the same people who supported Thomas Massey obviously didn't support him that much, because if that's the case, they should have fucking burnt that shit the fuck down. His town should be underwater and under fire at the same fucking time. What or could you ever be in where you're like every single individual in it? I mean, I'm a chairman of my party. I don't even like AJ or CT. Those niggas, the co-chair and the enforcers. But at the same time, we got the same fucking goals. Me and ACP do not have the same goals. We do not share the same goals. That is the bottom line. That is why I don't advocate for the ACP, because our goals are totally different. We already had these conversations in the backgrounds where we had these talks online, and we got into arguments on Twitter. Everything is still out there, out in the public. Our goals are totally different. I know Florida, and I ain't heard from that motherfucker since the solidarity we had. Man. His real name is Marcus Thompson. So why he under an Arabic name? Because it looked good. Don't that look good on paper? That look better than Marcus Thompson. That's like a white man name. That's like his slave name, right? So yeah. Is the Discord server and the Patreon link still good? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. What about Congo? Congo is still Congo. Congo is still going through horrific shit. The same way Libya is still going through horrific shit. And it's only because of the MIC, the UAE, the same people that's being backed by the dictatorship of capital, the USA. Historically, socialist revolution has largely come about in response to imperialist wars going wrong. And yes, this is why I have been trying to say, like in beginning of this video, that DSA is trying to warn the Democratic and the Republican establishment that if you don't give these niggas more crumbs than what you are giving them now, there's going to be a socialist revolution. There's going to be a communist revolution. If you look at the data right now, the majority of the young folks favor socialism. They favor socialism. What is it, like 30% of Democrats favor communism now? And like 50% of the young people favor communism? Like, you see the writing on the wall. So DSA is basically trying to warn the establishments that, hey, there will be bloodshed. They are going to be gunning for you guys. I don't think they care too much because they don't have a life. So they're going to be willing to take yours. If they figure out that you took their livelihood, their lifestyle, their neighborhood, their money, everything away from them, you don't think they're going to be coming for you? Yeah, Venezuela. Yep, Venezuela had the earthquakes. Okay. I'm not an American. I'm one of the 22 million Black Americans who are one of the 22 million Blacks who are victims of Americanism. Why do you think they call us Black? Our history is erased. And I'll be damned if I let some white man tell me what the fuck I am. I'm not an American. How you gonna tell me, oh, yeah, you're not a person. You're 1/3 or 3/5 of a human, but you are American. Nigga, please. Fuck out of here. The only way you're going to get real communism is through a barrel of a gun. Ain't nobody about to let you vote in no damn communism. They don't even let y'all vote in third parties. They don't even let y'all vote in third parties. You think they're going to let you vote in some motherfucking... Come on now. The only way you're going to get real communism is through a barrel of a fucking gun. And this isn't China. This isn't modern day China. China only is able to do what they are doing because they have picked up their guns, because they have laid down their landlords, because they have went against the imperialists, the colonialists. They did their work, and now they are benefiting. They are reaping from the benefits. Now they are growing. Their GDP is growing every fucking day. They have fucking high-speed rails. They have universal health care. They don't have a homeless population. 800 million people have been risen out of poverty. Now they get the fucking reap from their benefits because they actually picked up their guns. But you, today, if you picked up your gun, you're not going to benefit from the fight that you're having today. You're not going to benefit from it. But that's what communism is about. It's not about you. It's not about us. It's about all of us. It's about the future generations. I always remind you guys, we cannot leave this world to our kids. If all the millennials, Gen X, boomers, if we all just like died off, and Gen Z, Alpha, and whoever, whatever the fuck else is left up under Alpha, if they inherit this earth right now, then we have failed. We cannot leave them to this earth. We cannot leave them to what's left. We have to build more. We have to build more. And instead of being like our parents and say, well, this is all you get. No, we can say we built more and we made sure we had enough for the next generations also. We made sure that you don't have to work twice as hard as we did. to live harder than what we did. We made it easier for you because this is what communism is about. It's not about this imaginary ladder that these capitalists keep promising each other. When they promise they're going to get rich, and then I promise I'm going to come back to the hood. I promise we all going to go to the mall. We all going to ball. We all going to get fucking APs, and that day never comes. Because the ladder to capitalism is non-existent. If you want everybody to make it, we all got to go through the door together. If you want people to climb up out of poverty, then we have to work together. We have to build the steps. People are going to have to be the laborers. People are going to have to do the blueprints. People are going to have to, keep the nourishments up. People are going to have to feed and, give us some water, give us some hope, some songs, something. Some spirituals, some wave in the water, something. While we build the steps to get out of here collectively. I mean, that's up to you. If I can't tell you who to vote for and what not to vote for. But that's up to you, man. If you feel like, you want the Democratic Party at least to fucking get a new face or whatever the fuck it may be, vote for her. But do not expect a damn thing besides cooperation. You understand that? Do not expect her to be some... Because I remember when she first came in, she was one of the first politicians that said we need reparations for Black Americans. When she got into the office, she was like, well... we're going to do tests. We're going to run these tests. We're going to do all this and do that. We're going to do the same things that these crackers been doing for the last 50 years. Right? So if you're going to vote for Cori Bush, vote for Cori Bush. But do not expect anything from her besides cooperation for the DNC. These people are not running to save your life. They're running to make their life a better one. Because if Cori Bush wanted power, she would have just been an activist. If she wanted real change, she could have just been an activist. She could have just still been an activist to this day. Because I'm telling you right now, I think she did more work when she was on the streets than when she was in office. When she was in the streets, they hindered her. She had to go get concessions and she had to go around votes. And nobody want to vote for this. Nobody want to vote for that. But when you on the streets, you just give the people what they want. There ain't no going through no Mitch McConnell's and the Joe Bidens or the AOCs, the Ilhan Omars, whether they agree or disagree. I think you do better work and more freely on the ground. Because what happens when you get into the fucking party? Oh, you think you about to go out here and yeah, all right. We're gonna show you. We're gonna show you. And that's what they did. They showed her ass. They said, oh, you against Israel? We're about to send AIPAC over to you. You against this? Okay, we're about to send that to you. And she wasn't strong enough for the fight. So if she's not strong enough to fight AIPAC, she's not strong enough to fight the DNC. Yeah, people like to get that shit to the liberals. Oh, well, liberals and the politicians, they gave us this. No, what these motherfuckers like to say, oh, well, Henry Ford gave us the weekend. Henry Ford didn't give us no damn weekend. We had to shoot at that motherfucker for that shit. You know how cartoonishly racist Henry Ford was? That nigga used to knock on his worker's door to make sure it wasn't no illegals living with them or blacks. Fuck out of here. That nigga was cartoonishly racist. Then he funded the fucking Nazi party. Get the fuck out of here, man. Americans just be saying some stupid ass shit. You're stupid. Don't know your own history and then get mad at me when I correct your ass. What white man with power is willing to give you more money? What white man with power is willing to give you the weekend off? Name one. What white man with power is be like, you know what? I don't want to work my workers to death. Name one white man with power. One. You can't name one. Not in the history. What y'all gonna say? Well, that CEO, he gave all his people raises. Yeah, and guess how much he making? If he really gave a fuck about his workers, he wouldn't be a CEO. He'd just let them workers co-op his shit. And anytime the workers at RBN feel like, hey, we need to co-op RBN. What the fuck I'm gonna do? I can't run this bitch by myself anyway. You know? David, thank you so much for that $5. Yeah, let me give a shout out to everybody who donated to me so far. Damn, man, this name is killing me. This name is killing me. Ash, thank you for the. Hold on, damn it. Okay. Why is this shit fucking up? Damn it. What the fuck? Well, shout out to everybody who donated to Cash App. Oh, Ash, thank you for the $20. Amanda, thank you for the $5 on Cash App. I cannot pronounce your name. Thank you for the $5 on Venmo. David, thank you for the $5 super sticker. Patrick with the $10. Brody with the $20 super sticker. Conrad Cranky with the $5 super chat. And Zach back with the $5 super sticker. David with another $5 super sticker and a $10 super. Damn, nigga, you making it rain. Hey, you need to send some of that shit to my Cash App. Shit, help me pay back Cash App real quick so I can help me pay back Cash App so I can get these niggas off my ass. Oh man, I'm just getting out of jail, so you know I'm trying to get back to streaming damn near every day. So I'm trying my best to get back to streaming. So if I can get my schedule clear, you know, if I can get everything settled with my POs, yes, POs, then yeah, I can stream every day. But I might have to stream every day anyway because nigga can't get no job. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, we're gonna definitely I'm gonna definitely get back on it. Definitely get back on it. And we got some good news about the library. I have been at war with Detroit, trying to get these lights turned back on for like a year now. Actually, would have been like a year. It's been like a year. We've been trying to get the lights turned back on. Oh, you say you might have another 20. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Send it to my Cash App. But we've been fighting Detroit, trying to get the lights turned back on. They have been talking about, you know, we have to get certain things upgraded, have to switch out a box, pay some money. Of course, we was running, the lights was on illegally, of course. Well, not of course, you guys didn't know that, but I did turn the lights on illegal because you know, I got work to do, you know, because well, y'all don't understand. Like when we first got the building, it was so cold in there. Like when I got the building in October, and we didn't start working in there till like December, January, and like there was no insulation. There was just fucking ply boards on exterior walls, and there was cracks on the exterior walls. It was cracks on the outside of the exterior wall. So we had the hydraulic cement. We had to put some it was it was hell. But thank y'all for being there. Help. We transferred that building. Like it so much money, so much work. I know I spent over $200,000 just on that library. Like when I looked at my my receipts and shit like that, and you know, the IRS was harassing me about doing my taxes, I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing my taxes this year. I gotta I need to find a way to make sure that money that I got for the library doesn't raise my tax bracket, because they're gonna be looking like, nigga, you got $200,000. Like, no, I don't. I don't got $200,000. But you know, they was giving me gifts. Like, these are gifts. These are donations. And yeah, that might. So I say this. I think what's about to happen is we're gonna end up winning the war with Detroit about the library. I'm gonna be back in there in probably next month, but I'm gonna have to go to war against the IRS next, because they couldn't lock me up for the 25 years for the domestic terrorism. I get out of jail for the domestic terrorism. Now I'm at war with Detroit for the fucking library. And if I win this war with Detroit for the library, and we get to actually call it a library, because then they was like, well, you guys need to have over 1,500 books to be considered a library. I said, I got over 1,500 books. Oh, well, you need this and that, and blah, blah, blah. I said, well, I got that. I got a strong support base, and you know, we can qualify for grants. So that's no problem. Oh, well, you need that. I'm like, oh, y'all just don't want a nigga. Y'all just don't want me. If I was opening up a liquor store or a dispensary, they would be like, yeah, poison all them niggas. Go ahead. You can open up what the fuck you want. But I want to open up a library, and they have been giving me such a fucking hard time. They have been giving me such a fucking hard time with this library. But I believe we're going to win the war against Detroit. And more than likely what's going to happen is I'm going to go to war against the IRS. More than likely, all they're going to want is, you know, me to clarify where this money came from, you know, how the money come in. And once they see that it's not a consistent thing, hopefully they back off. And you know, just give me some breathing room, man. I just got out of jail. You know, I'm still kind of fucked up. I'm still kind of fucked up. I'm still trying to get back on my feet. You know, it's hard. It's hard, man. Let's see if we got some breaking news on Twitter. Kendrick Lamar. That's all I see on my page about Kendrick Lamar. Motherfuckers that love Drake is mad as fuck at Kendrick, man. That nigga can. I don't think I heard shit from Kendrick for like 2 years, and they just like, I don't know. They is not gonna let that shit go. He's not gonna let that shit go. And then you got Drake haters who saying, oh, well, Draker's right wing. But I mean, yeah, Drake is right wing, but so is Kodak Black, Nicki Minaj, Lil Wayne, Big Boy. Like, a lot of our OGs are MAGA too. Like, a lot, even if they don't call themselves MAGA, they are still capitalists. So I can say they are right wing also. Like, you know, I'm a day one Drake hater. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna sit here and act like I like Drake or I'm trying to take up for Drake. You know, fuck Drake. But if you're gonna call him out, call out the rest of them niggas. Matter of fact, I'm about to do a video on that shit. Yeah, Drake is a right winger. He is a right winger. But so is your favorite artist. They all benefit. Like, Rihanna got slaves, bro. Rihanna got slaves. And I'm not saying, oh, well, people in the factory overworked. No. Underpaid. No. I mean, people in African countries are getting their fucking fingers cut off from maybe stealing from her. I remember when I started making t-shirts and I wanted to get into making jeans. You know what my producer told me? She said, okay, we can get you on that, but do you have slaves? Do you have slaves to make your jeans? Like, do you know where jeans come from? Do you know how much it costs to make jeans? You know the labor they put in to make jeans? Like, you don't have that type of money. Like, even if you go into a partnership with somebody, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, this is American Union. we made these genes through American Union, but the resources are coming from a slave trade in Africa. So there's no way you can't get your hands dirty. So I just said, fuck it. I can watch you Mondays and Tuesdays, work the other days, regular time, your broadcast. Hope you heal up soon. Stay strong. Keep teaching. Yeah, shoot. Really, these things be spontaneous. Like sometimes I can just hop on this bitch and just go live. Especially if it's breaking news. I can just get on here and go live. But I've been meaning to do this stream for the last couple of days now. I let everybody else do their stream. It was a hot topic. But I haven't been seeing people touch on the point that DSA is trying to save America. It's trying to save capitalism rather than them, just taking over the party and, decapitating heads and pretending like these people are some radical gods from the communist clouds. Yeah, these people, I ask the average DSA motherfucker, they ain't gonna know what to do with Nestle. But they're gonna say, well, we just, I want water should be free for everybody. Okay, yeah, it should be. But how do you go at that? Because this nigga got an army. Do y'all know that Nestle have their own army? Do y'all know that Coca-Cola has their own army? I don't mean that they can call on the U.S. military. Like, I'm not talking about them calling on U.S. servicemen and women. I mean, they have their own armies. So even if, the U.S. government be like, hey, let up a little bit, they can just be like, no. What y'all gonna do to stop me? Are you gonna come and protest in front of my buildings? I can just have my people shoot you. Y'all better understand the power dynamics that you are like. Y'all better understand the power that you are facing. If you don't understand the power that you are facing, you will never win. Yes, man. Like people don't. I don't know. I guess. People think these people be joking. They be like, oh, yeah, everything's going to be fine. Shit. What do you do to the motherfuckers who own the dams, who own the roads? You think they're going to give up that shit? Just be like, yeah, you can vote me out. You can vote me out of power. Yeah, go ahead. Change the laws to where, you can't own private property, certain private properties anymore. Change those laws. Go ahead. Yeah, sure. Oh, I'm so fucking useless. I'm so fucking powerless. Oh, nigga, they're going to shoot you. They're going to shoot you. They're going to hunt down your kids. They're going to threaten you. They're going to blackmail you. They're going to do everything in their power. They're going to do everything in their power to keep their fucking power. Every fucking thing in their power to keep their power. I was a founding member. Can't resist mentioning I was a founding member of DSA 1981. I left in 1981. Left in 1991 because they never do shit. Never rejoined when they got popular. God damn, you joined and left before I was born. And that says a lot because when I left because they don't do shit. Like DSA Detroit is scared of black people. Straight the fuck up. I remember when we was canvassing for Bernie, and I said, hey, if y'all want, like, Bernie is doing good amongst young, against college educated, but he don't got the hood. There's no hood niggas. He need hood niggas. Hood niggas are gonna make him swaggy. They're gonna talk for him. Are gonna, like, man, fuck Biden. He put niggas in the penitentiary, blah blah. They're gonna do the fucking work for you. But we need to go out there and canvass in the fucking hoods. You know where they took us? I said we need to go to Detroit, right? because the DSA chapter is in Hamtramck on Joseph Campos. But I said we need to go in Detroit. We need to go in the hoods. They took us to where there's 4 family flats, to where the mother and the father has a car, where there's a swing set in the backyard. There's sandboxes in the lawns. I mean, this is Detroit, but these niggas ain't voting for no Bernie. They good. They good. And that's why I left DSA. I said, nah, that's racism. That's straight up racism. Y'all avoided a whole fucking black. You know how close a black community is to Joseph Campos? Nigga, the hood is right around the corner. You got north side. Y'all could have at least did Hamtramck. Y'all could have did the south side, did the north side. The north side got Bloods all over that motherfucker. Y'all could have converted the Bloods over. Y'all could have converted the fucking folks over. But y'all want to avoid the real niggas. Y'all like, oh no, they might rob us, they might kill us. What you got that we need? Because if you was part of the proletarian like y'all say y'all are, you wouldn't even think no shit like that. Because when I go and I do my gas giveaways, I put the money on the counter. I don't have it in my pocket. Even if I don't trust these people, I need to let. It's propaganda in it all, right? I need to let them know that I can trust them and they can trust me. I need to let them know that this money is here for them, not me. That I'm not pocketing this. I'm making sure it's going to the people that actually need to go to, right? But these people, DSA is a waste of time. And it's so sad that a lot of these people, like, oh, I just joined my DSA because they see, a lot of the DSA candidates winning their elections, and it's giving them false hope. It's giving them the same false hope on the left, the same way that Thomas Massey gave false hope to the right. Like, there's actually people in these parties in the positions of power who actually gives a fucking fuck about you. Hell yeah, they scared of fucking poor people. And that's why they shouted me out, because I was the only nigga. Bro, think about this. There was a handful of black people in our DSA chapter, but I was the only nigga going door to door in the fucking hood. 6 mile, 7 mile, 8 mile, east side, west side, south side. I even traveled different states and went in their hoods. I went into the Haitian community in fucking Florida, nigga, for Bernie Sanders. I went to the Haitian community. And that's why they was like, oh, yeah, Rome, blah, blah, yeah, Rome, keep going, keep going, keep going. As soon as I was like, oh, I'm not voting for Biden. So that pedestal that they put me on, they raised me high, nigga, they chip. Same second. It's all bullshit. They just want to use you for your labor. They want to use you while you're young. And then while you all steamed out and you all in your mid-30s and you don't want to fight no more, you're tired, you got kids and possibly grandkids, depending on how y'all be moving, because I know y'all motherfuckers is freaky deaky. Freaky deaky. I know how y'all millennials is moving, because I was one of y'all. Matter of fact, I'll probably fuck somebody that's watching the stream. That's crazy as hell. I know how y'all was moving. So you're probably a grandkid by now. You're a grandfather, grandmother by now. And nothing has changed, bro. We gotta get our hands dirty. And I know it's easier said than done, but fuck. It's easier when you get this shit done. Instead of just going, oh well, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this, let's do that, let's chip at it. And then what? You chipping at it and they rebuilding. You chipping at it and they rebuilding their whole fucking structure. And by the time you look up, you think just because you got some flakes on the ground and some wood chips on your shirt that you did some damage. By the time you look up, they got a whole new structure. God damn. God damn. Now look. Oh, we got to start over. And we just elect another Democrat. And we just elect somebody to look like us. And we just elect somebody to talk like us. I'm telling you guys, when we were shooting at the fucking, when we were shooting at the National Guard for the weekend, when we were shooting at the National Guard for child labor laws, they had to give it to us because we had fucking other models to look at. We had the USSR to look at to say that we should be having these same things. And now that the USSR is dissolved, they don't have to give you shit because there's not another model to do those things. But now that China is on the rise, giving these people the same things that the USSR has done, now they're like, Americans like, fuck, can you give us that? They're like, no, that's not socialism, that's capitalism. Okay, well, can we do that capitalism? Oh, no, you don't want to do that type of capitalism. Like, no. Now there's another fucking USSR on the rise with China who's going to give people the bright idea of maybe just somehow we can give everybody, a higher wage. You know what I'm saying? Free healthcare, free housing for the homeless, because if they're doing it and you're telling me that China is so inferior to us, you're telling me they're so poor that we need to donate. And remember what your mama used to say? Finish your plate. There's kids in Africa. There's kids in China that's starving. Remember that? Now they making PSAs about us. Ain't that about a bitch? You see how the tables turn? And the more that America advances and the more that we stay behind, the people are going to be like, I'm telling you, niggas ain't about to go for this shit for too long, bro. I want a fucking bullet train so bad that I'm willing to put a bullet in any politician in order to get it. I want a bullet train so bad. I want to be able to go from Michigan to Ohio in less than 30 minutes and 15 minutes. I want to go from Ohio to Kansas in less than 2 hours. I want to go from Kansas to Florida in less than 5 hours. And then go to fucking California. And then go back to Michigan all in one day. But here we are at the bus stop, without a bus stop, without a dome to protect you from the environments. You're just sitting out there or standing possibly. Nick in Kansas. Nick is in Kansas, and it's probably funny because him and his brother probably is the only black people in Kansas. Nigga, I went to Kansas and we seen them plantations. I said, oh, hell no, get me the fuck up out of here. Get me the fuck up out of here. Nigga, that shit was so weird. It's like it's something take over your body. When you see them plantations, it's just so weird. I don't know how them crackers get married on that shit. You got to be real evil to get married on a fucking plantation. Yeah, I don't want no fucking car. Like, I do want a car just to like fix on, you know what I'm saying, and make it look good. I want to be able to, do like some project cars. I want to put a GNX on some 24s. You know what I'm saying? I want a fucking Regal. I want a fucking Crown Vic. Put that bitch on some 20s. Put some bump in my shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have a car that I got to drive from state to state to state to state. I just want something to fucking, you know what I'm saying? I put my neon lights on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? I can, have a clean looking engine, just some project car. I don't want to fucking drive from Chicago to fucking, California to California. Think about how much time we waste sitting in traffic. How much time of our life that we waste sitting in traffic, especially people who have to work. There's people who live in different states that they work in. And they spend damn near 8 hours a day just in traffic. Your life has been taken away from you just by sitting in traffic, my nigga. They didn't even have to put you in prison. They took your life away by sitting you in a vehicle. That's time away from your family, your mother, your brother, your sick ones, your loved ones, you just free time, jacking off. You can't jack off in your car. You might can hit a little bump when the niggas next to you ain't looking. You can't even fucking relax. I want to get off work. I want to do a little blow, hit a little bump, smoke a little joint. You know what I'm saying? Hey, whatever floats your boat. Find your lost remote, right? But you can't even do that. You can't even do that. You get off work. Your loved ones going through it. Your kids going through it. The bills is late. Lights probably off. You can't even enjoy your high. You can't even take a bump and feel like, I've been working 10 hours today. I'm putting in 40 hours this week. No, because guess what? You got work to do at home. You got work to do at home. Damn, I can't even get drunk. I can't even jack off. I can't even watch porn. I can't even take a draw. I can't even go for a run. I can't even be a fucking human no more because they got me sitting in traffic 10-2, nigga. Right, we don't even have sidewalks no more. Damn. Fucked up. This is fucked up, y'all. They're trying to take our life away from us. That's revolutionary potential that's sitting in those fucking cars, y'all. That's revolutionary. That is wasting youth. We wasted youth. We wasted years just sitting in traffic. We could have spent that time on the streets organizing. And if you probably 40-something years old, I say if you've been driving all your life, you've been with your family all your life, your mama, your daddy had a car, let's say you probably spent about 5 or 6 years in traffic. It is that fucking deep. It's always been that fucking deep. I'm seeing them cars listening to Bill Chappelle. I hope not. Like that one car that drove into Elon's or Trump building. Man, oh man. All right, y'all. It's 6 o'clock. Damn, we've been streaming for almost 3 hours. We got a good turnout, almost 500 people in this bitch. That's what's up. Just on some humbug shit, but I'm gonna be back hopefully tomorrow. If I get a day off, I'm gonna be streaming. We're gonna be talking about the earthquakes. We're going to be talking about Venezuela sanctions being lifted and them getting a measly $150 million to repair the damages that have been caused. We're going to talk about Gaza, Congo, and we're going to speak on it was another story about some stupid ass fuck ass celebrities. But I'm gonna come to it. You guys are gonna see the thumbnail. Thank you guys for donating. It's helping me out. It's gonna help me out a lot because I do need some fucking food. Like, I think I just ate my last piece of chicken. So thank you all for donating. So for the pork, thank you all for the super stickers, for the super chats. I definitely appreciate that. David Parker, thank you for becoming a new member of Revolutionary Blackout Network. I definitely appreciate all y'all, man. Y'all are some lifesavers, man. But we're gonna be back on it. Hopefully tomorrow. If not, I'm gonna say, what's today's date? Damn it, I hate this upgrade. Monday the 29th. If it's not tomorrow, it'll be the 31st. So I know I'm doing a show July 4th also. So tune in for that because I don't celebrate holidays, especially colonizing holidays. So if you don't celebrate colonizing holidays, come and spend your day with Rome. And I'm thinking about doing another show. It's called Morning Wood on Rome. So we got Rome's Rebellion, and we're gonna do Morning Wood on Rome. So watch out for that. And yeah, thank you guys. I am a crook, but I love you guys so much. You take care and donate to Cash App, Tour for the Poor, PayPal on Holy Rome 6, Venmo, Tour for the Poor, and hopefully I'll be seeing y'all tomorrow. Y'all take care. I love you.